Hi everyone, welcome to Amaranth. These are general messages for the collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter placements. Let's get into it. So the first card you have, Aquarius, is number 42, and it says chakra balance. Further, it says peace. It further says, through energy, breath and balance emerges the greatest sense of peace. Yeah, and if you see the picture, there's a beautiful meditative pose. This person reminds me of Buddha. He's holding meditative ball in his hand, a stress ball I feel in his hand, yeah, balancing it really perfectly well, and that there is the halo. Looks like the representation of chakras to me. There's a lotus, of course, which stands for meditation and peace, and some of you might be needing to balance yourselves out to find peace and harmony. That might be your goal. I feel that some of you might be, in split minds. Maybe your heart is saying something, your mind is saying something, and you feel already chaotic inside of you. And that's what you probably need to ground yourself. You need to center yourself, especially when there is chaos happening either within us or maybe it could be even outside of you. People are debating, not able to find that middle ground. So I feel that once we establish our own peace within ourselves, and stop fighting, when our mind and heart is in alignment, and your mind's really not fighting your heart and your heart's not fighting your mind, that's when you feel like, you're in alignment, and, you're at peace. So some of you could be striving for that. And once we achieve that, that state of peace. So I forgot what I was saying. Sorry about that noise as well. Okay, so yeah, I was saying that once we feel that peace, that calm inside of us, then we, take balanced decisions. We think things through. And you just feel like, more peaceful, more the ideas start to flow. We don't react. We don't get mad as much. So I feel that that probably something is lacking at this point in time for you. Because Aquarius, you guys are always like, working on things. You have too much on your plate at all times is what I feel. You're the fixed air sign. So, you're always like ideas, forward thinking, solutions, and this, that, and the third. You got the weight of the project and things on your shoulder a lot of times. So some of you might be actually invested into ideas that you're planning and futuristic ideas and things like that. So you're kind of not having the time to look after your own self. That could be for some of you. So if that's your story, then you need to take a break from work and take a break and find that balance, get balanced. And and how you tell that you're imbalanced is that if you're unable to sleep well at night, that's the biggest indicator that you are, you're not in alignment. Your body is not in alignment. So, or if you're feeling, that nervousness or tension or, constantly thinking about work, planning, talking, and all of that, that means that your body is, screaming for help. So take a step back and just look after yourself. Whether it's just, a few deep breaths or just, walking outside whenever you get a chance and things like that will help you bring back that peace. And besides, like when, the thing is that when we are at peace, we're able to connect better. We're able to get better downloads, better ideas. When we're well rested, things feel smoother and easier to do, to accomplish. Even connection with our angels and, divine energies also is easier. It becomes more pure, more clear. It's like when they sleep in that crib and we put a mobile on top that keeps spinning around. Our chakras are exactly like that, So in that mobile, if there is an imbalance, if one side is too heavy or one side is, the other side is light, it just, it becomes so jerky, it doesn't rotate smoothly. So it's just that it's the same thing with our chakras as well. Now, I also feel that, there's a lot of green and golden colors in this picture. I feel that you might be innovating in something related to nature or earth or something related to health. You might be, some of you might be biohackers. I get that energy a lot from these images. Maybe you're working on your nervous system. Maybe you're working on breath work, or you need to work on your breath work. Some of you could be into cold plunges as well in order to restore balance, or you could try that. I mean, do it at your own discretion. But biohacking comes through really strongly. And also, I'm getting, if you are into that, I feel that you need to do it in a very more structured and balanced way. You're having mentors and guides beside you and not on your own, especially when it comes to health. For some of you, I feel that you could be into, maybe you're actually working on some kind of technological app, for peace, for meditation, for exercises, for dieting, for monitoring the physical panels and vitals and things like that. I feel that some of you could actually be working on those kind of technological systems. And I kid you not, like if you actually take that time, like 10 minutes, just 10 minutes of meditation or, breath work, whatever you do, it actually, it really calms us down. And I have felt it personally. Like I do this on a daily basis and I feel really peaceful after that. And another thing is like even clutter. Clutter also, clears up, if you clear up the clutter, it clears up the energetic space and it just has a very calming effect on our own nervous system. The more cluttered and crowded things are, it kind of disbalances and makes your mind go jerky. And I feel now with the growing popularity of mindfulness apps, it's not just the communities that are focusing on the well-being, or mental health as it is. A lot of schools and colleges and offices are also promoting this. A lot of government initiatives also, I have read about that they actually want to actively invest into the well-being and health of people and mental health and things like that, so that, we grow as a healthy society. The next card you have, Aquarius, is the card of Libra, and it further says consideration, fairness, and harmony. So, Aquarius, the 7th house energy is playing out for you. You are the 11th house, ruled by Saturn. So, Libra is about balancing scales, right? And I feel that you either are in that energy or you need to bring in that energy a little bit more into your lives. There is balancing of the heart and mind on the scales. Here, there is an olive branch. Olive branch is mainly for finding a middle ground, for shaking hands, for bringing in that equilibrium, for, hearing both sides of the coin, where people can, partner up with and collaborate with fairness and, speak their minds out and things like that. So I do feel that at this point in time, Aquarius, you need to, be mindful of your heart and your mind both, to balance out the decisions. If you're making a decision at this point in time, you need to probably see that your heart is in it, and also it's making logical sense. I feel that you might be in some kind of tricky situations. Maybe there's a lot of chaos or disagreements going on around you. And I feel that there is a need for you to be more fair and square in those situations, to see both sides, to see all, or to hear all sides, to understand things better, to get to the root of things. So navigate these tricky situations with more kindness, with more balance, balancing all aspects, right? Balancing, but just balancing the situation out, not in a, not participating in situations to have an upper hand, but, participating as peacemakers. I feel some of you could be, playing peacemakers as well in some situation. Now, Libra energy is also ruled by Venus. So you might be into aesthetics. You're in your house, maybe redecorating, bringing some flowers or pots and plants, in order to create a more beautiful environment around you externally, whether at work or at your home. And I do feel that, you might be needing to make some choices. Is strongly that some decisions, so that's why the balance is here. So weigh things out. It says here you can create more beautiful and peaceful world through your choices. Seek balance, seek fairness, and harmony will flow. So, sometimes it does happen that we kind of work on things, to make it highly efficient and have all those technical gadgets and features and things like that. But the, Libra is asking you to make things more aesthetically appealing or more simplified user experience so that, it's not just the Aquarian mind that's able to use it, but anybody. So it's weighing those things out. I feel that some of you could be into tech and you might need to balance out those kind of user experiences versus the function. So balance that so it should be good functional and as well as have a good, powerful user experience as well, to create that balance in your work. For some of you, the thing about this is the justice, and if you have seen in a lot of movies also, the lady who's holding these balances is blindfolded, folded. Even goddess Themis, for that matter, is blindfolded. And that's what this energy is about, like, justice in all situation, no matter who comes from where, what experience and things like that, without biasing, without being prejudiced or leaning towards something, without any kind of those energies. We need to have just the fairness in case. I feel that some of you could be participating in debates or on stage where you are trying to put your point across, or maybe it's a team or a group of people. And, it's like so the thing is that only not one person is speaking. It's like the entire team is speaking. Everybody is heard. All people get the chance to put their point across, not just us. So it's about less of me and more of we for you at this point in time. And sometimes it's like when this could also be justice system. Some of you could actually be, working for law enforcement and justice system. But for the most part, I feel that this energy is asking you to be the goldfish here, Aquarius. It's like it's a time for where you can just let bygones be bygones and, to resolve things to create more harmony so that, people are able to work and collaborate better rather than being cutthroat and blunt and brutal with each other. That, I feel, is what is being asked of you at this point in time. I also feel, I was reading a news article like a few weeks back, and I do remember it stuck with me strongly where, there's a lot of countries now that are addressing the historical wrongs that happen, with those indigenous communities. I feel that they are working towards, some kind of fairness and recognition and things like that. That's what I was reading. So it's just struck me because it's this energy of fair and square and balancing things out of the past. Let the mistakes be gone, and be that goldfish here, Aquarius. It's so, I'm seeing the, a video, and I think it went really viral, where there were two dogs and they both wanted to lie on the same small bed. And both these dogs, something we can learn from animals as well. They were not fighting over it. They were constantly trying to find their own space to fit in between, and they did it. They were both able to fit in, in a beautiful way in that small bed. They found a way out. So there's something that we can take away from these, pets and animals as well, that, how we can keep that harmony. Even when the resources are scarce, we can find a fair way to work with those resources. Next Aquarius you have is the Three of Pentacles. So Three of Pentacles is a minor arcana. It's earth energy. And number 3 is actually very positive. It's a very powerful sacred geometry shape. The triangles are, in general, they're considered very stable structures, right? Because it's like, symbolically, it's like three forces that come together to create something that is larger than the sum of the, or create something large in general. Something which is larger than each of the forces or pieces that comes together. So that's what this energy is all about. And if you see, now over here, there is an eagle, which is about bigger picture. vision. There is collaboration. There's a lot of birds out here, that speak to wise ideas, intellectual conversations. This is your mastermind group that you're creating for yourself, Aquarius. I feel that you might be collaborating, you might be building some kind of a network, or just working with people in general to create something big, maybe something technical. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I feel that this team is going to serve you well. They're going to bring their best game. They're going to bring their expertise. You could be collaborating with people across the world. Also, I feel that. Sorry about that noise, guys. Okay, coming back to our Three of Pentacles. Yeah, so lost my chain of thought. Anyway, so I think I was talking about, those collaborations. You could be collaborating with people from different countries across the world and things like that. I was seeing that movie Apollo 13. It's an older movie, but I just loved that, and it stuck with me for, that movie just stuck with me. There is a and Ed Harris. He's like, I can't remember the character he plays, but I think he was a director or something in space, and some kind of a disaster happens there in space. And he puts together his team, his expert team. I think it was in Houston, if I'm not mistaken, that I remember that very vividly. And each person who was there was a master in their own field. One was a master at propulsion, one was master at navigation and things like that. And the best thing, and why I remember this scene from that movie, is because that director, Ed Harris, he doesn't tell anybody what to do. He just tells them that, work together. And I think he said, if I can remember correctly, put a square peg into a round hole. And that's that masterful collaboration that this Pentacles, this image is reflecting to me. That's what I'm picking up from this. So, we can achieve impossible things when the right kind of people come together. And I feel that, when we create that team where everybody is valued, everybody's felt heard, everybody's felt seen, when we value them for the expertise and the contribution that they bring to the table, it generally uplifts their team's morale, and the results are much more profound and deep. I feel that you might be in a very collaborative spirit right now, Aquarius, like, combining talents and expertise of people across the world, even on things to create something really beautiful for yourself or for the community. I saw a video and it was really funny, and I remember that so strongly. It was of a cat, a dog, and a parrot. Parrot. It was a cat, a dog, and a parrot, and they are working together to steal food from the kitchen counter. How funny is that? So each of those birds and animal theory bringing their A-game to this, they're stealing, of course, it sounds great, but it's it was a hilarious viral video that Banana felt that, what amazing collaborative team spirit that is. And the last card for today, Aquarius, you have is that Council of Light, and it says divine orchestration, help us in the subtle realms. It says you hold the card on your heart and say, Council of Light, I'm ready to receive your help for fulfilling my personal mission. Thank you for guiding me with clarity every step of the way and for sending me helpers and experiences that delight my mind, body, and soul. So I feel that's what's happening for you. Maybe you're not able to see it, but if you call on help, I feel that your team is ready to help you, Aquarius. It says here, these are benevolent beings who are here to assist the raising of consciousness of the planet to achieve your soul mission and are guiding you every step of the way. They can help you with all kind of requests. Nothing is too big or too small. Think of them as your personal team of helpers in the spiritual realm. They are willing and ready to step in and get work, whatever you would like help with. What tasks would you delegate to them? So this is a team of ascended masters. For you, Aquarius, these are light beings, angels, guides that are devoted to the rising of the earth and all humanity. So if you are into healing modalities, or if you are, working with Reiki, or you are a counselor of some kind, if that's your career or profession, then I feel that you will be able to get some downloads and help from your spirit guides as well. So I do feel that if you are in some way raising the vibrations of this planet through chanting or through counseling or any kind of adversary or help through humanitarian efforts, if you're helping each other out in the community, if you're devoting your life to that, your team of United Nations, it says, is thanking you for your service and mission. So, Aquarius, those were your messages. These being your own messages will play out differently in your lives. Let me know how they play out in yours or in the environment around you, and hope you enjoyed your messages. So thank you guys for joining. Please subscribe and hit the like if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye for now.